Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Do you know the area of your home state? Can you calculate it? Well, you can. Let us find out in our next Joy, area calculation.
Sir, I must say that I'm a proud Punjabi. You know why? Punjab has become so popular despite being such a small state.
See, that's right. It is a highlight of our country for a simple reason that you take any actor for that matter in Bollywood, you take any outdoor sports, you will see good number of Punjabis. Okay, you go on enumerating good actors of the country, good number of them will be from Punjab. I've been observing this from decades. Look at the hockey team of India, cricket team of India. Punjabis dominate. Not dominate, but there are a good number of Punjabis in cricket team and hockey team and you name it, right? I also wonder the same. Punjab being such a small place, it has generated a lot of celebrities so far, right? So you were wondering, given the size of Punjab, how is it doing so well?
Exactly. I think it makes just less than 1/28th of India's size.
I doubt that. So Punjab appears to be small. It is not 1/20th, it is even lesser than that. A lot lesser than that.
How do we even calculate this?
Okay, that's a good question. So given that we are talking about computing, let me ask you one question. If I give you a following fact, that size of India, area of India is 3 million square kilometers, roughly, approximately. Okay, and I'll give you the map of India. In that, I'll give you Punjab as well.
Okay.
Is there any way you can compute the area of Punjab just by knowing these two facts? Fact number one, area of India is 3 million square kilometers and you're given a raw map of India. With these two things, can you compute?
I don't think so. This doesn't make a difference.
You think data insufficient that you probably cannot even go close to computing what could be the area of Punjab, right? So let me give you a very fascinating idea in computer science called estimation. So in places where you cannot accurately compute something, you can estimate, rather approximate. All right, so let me tell you how exactly that is done. Let me use the board right now. Look at this. You see a square here, right? And then let me write a bigger one. Let me write a big square or rectangle, whatever, anything is fine. And it is easy for you to calculate the area of this, right? It's very easy. Once you calculate the area of this, don't you think it's easy to compute the area of this? Why is that? What do you think is the area of this part, Simran?
It's just the half of the...
Correct. It's pretty obvious. This will be half of the entire area of this rectangle. Correct? Yeah, so far so good. Now, what if I try to ask this question? Forget this region. What if I were to give you a random region? Given that you know what is the area of the rectangle, can you compute the area of this region? How would you compute?
This will be difficult to compute for us.
Okay, for a let's say for someone who doesn't know the idea that I'm going to say, they might even think this is quite impossible a question to solve. But here is a very nice way of solving this problem. What you do is assume you go there, Simran. Okay. You needn't go. I'm just asking you to imagine that you go that side and then take it. You have played a dart game,
yeah.
where you throw arrows at
Yes.
a target, right? You go there and imagine this to be a dart put a dart here if possible, and then keep shooting the arrows. The arrows will fall inside the squares. It must fall inside the squares. Now what you do is you estimate those arrows that fall inside this region and those that fall outside this region. That will give you a good estimate of what is the area of this region given this region. So what am I trying to say? Put India map here and try to close your eyes and try to put a dot on the India map and see how many times your random dots fall on Punjab and how many times it doesn't, and that will give you a good estimate. So let me illustrate this to you. I'm closing my eyes and I'm trying to put a dot here. Randomly, you see my eyes are closed. Okay, so on and so forth. I keep putting dots, ensuring that I'm putting inside the square. If I'm putting outside, don't worry. So on and so forth. Now let's see. So there are some points outside, some points inside. Based on what is the area of this region, you will have proportionate amount of dots inside and proportionate amount of dots outside. So here's a challenge for you. Can you try simulating this on your computer? Can you try to see if you can write a program that computes the area of a random looking region like this?
I can surely try, sir.
Good, let's see.
Hello everyone, as you all know, I got to know an interesting method to calculate the area of Punjab. Well, let us try to verify this method now. As you see, we have been given a map of India here in which Punjab region is clearly highlighted. So I'll just go by the method as sir explained. So first of all, I'll start placing the dots in the concerned regions randomly. So let me do that. So I'll just start placing the dots 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, in this way, as you can see, I have placed many dots in this region. So now let us try to calculate the number of dots present in the Punjab region as well as present in the India region. So let me count that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, I have around 2 dots in the Punjab region. 3 dots are out of the concerned region, which we won't count, and there are around 18 dots that are present in the India region. Okay. And I would like to tell you a fact here that for calculating the area of Punjab, I have been given the area of India. Yes, for calculating the area of Punjab, I have been given area of India. So let us go by the method. I'll just write number of dots placed in the Punjab region divided by number of dots placed in the India region, which will be equal to area of Punjab divided by area of India. So now let us try to calculate it. It will be 2 divided by 18 into 3287000. 2 divided by 18 into 3287000, which will be around 365222. Which will be around 365222. As you can see, this is far from area of Punjab. Area of Punjab is around 50362 square kilometers, which is not right. So what do you have to say here? Is this method correct? Yes, this method is fairly correct, but what we have to do here is we have to increase the number of iterations. We have to increase the number of dots that are placed randomly here. So what we will do here, I'll start placing the dots again in the concerned region, but now I'll have more iterations. I'll place more dots here. So let me do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you see, I have placed many dots here. So now let me calculate the number of dots here. Let us do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 dots in the Punjab region, and outside Punjab I around placed 510 dots in total. So there will be around 502 dots outside Punjab region. So we have 8 divided by 502 into 3287000, which calculates to 52592. Wow, this is clearly a very nice method. As you can see, this is very close to area of Punjab. So as you see, as you observed, you have to increase the number of iterations. You have to place more dots in the concerned regions in order to get the accurate area. I hope that now this method is clear to you. Now we will move to the programming screencast of this particular method. Thank you. So first of all, let me give you a brief idea of what images are. So an image consists of matrix of pixels. A pixel is basically a color, and a color is defined by mainly 3 attributes. I repeat, an image is basically a matrix. It is a matrix of pixels, and a pixel is basically a color. A color is defined by mainly 3 attributes, and the attributes are amount of red present in the color, amount of blue present in the color, and amount of green present in the color. Yes, the RGB values, they define a color. So whatever color you choose, they would be having some amount of red, green and blue in them, and that's what makes a new color. I repeat, every color is defined by 3 attributes: amount of red, amount of green and amount of blue present in that particular color. There are only 3 primary colors, and those are red, blue and green, and if you mix them in some particular quantities, and that makes a new color. So this is what RGB values are all about, and every color is associated with some RGB values. So as you see, there are some examples here. RGB value of white is basically 255, 255, 255. That means it has 255 amount of red, 255 amount of green and 255 amount of blue in it. And RGB value of black is 0, 0, 0. So it has 0 amount of red, 0 amount of green and 0 amount of blue in it. So now let us try to implement a program based on this, so that you can get a clear-cut idea of how to represent an image and how to assign unique RGB values to an image. So let us do that. So first of all, I'll just show you how can you represent an image here. So we'll have NumPy library here first. I'll do import NumPy as NP. After that, I should also import PIL. Yes, I should also import PIL. I hope that you are already aware of PIL and you have seen the previous lectures on image processing. So I'll just write from PIL import image. After that, what should we do? I'll create an image of a particular RGB value. I repeat, I'll create an image of a particular RGB value. To define the dimensions of the image, I'll take width and height of the image. So I'll just write width is equal to for example 5 and height is equal to 4. So next, what do you have to do? As I said, image is basically a matrix, so we will take an array here. So I'll just write array is equal to np dot zeros. In bracket, what should I write? I should write the particular dimensions. I'll write height comma width comma 3, and after that I'll write one more argument here, and that is d type is equal to np.uint8. So let me explain you what does this function do. So np.zeros would make an array of the given size of the given dimensions. So we have, as the first dimension is height here, and that is 4, and second dimension is width here, and that is 5, and 3, and each pixel, as you know, contains 3 byte values for RGB. So we will write 3 here. So the first dimension is height, the second dimension is width, and 3 represent here the byte values for RGB. As we know, we have each byte dedicated to each of the color, so we will have 3 byte values for RGB. Okay, so 1 byte for red, 1 byte for green, and 1 byte for blue. So that's why we wrote 3 here. And then there is another parameter here which is called dtype. What is dtype? Dtype basically represents the data type assigned here. The data type assigned here is uint, that is unsigned int. The data dtype represents the data type, and what is the data type here? That is uint, which is called unsigned int. So now we are done with the dimensions of the image, and we have also made an array of the image. So what now we have to do here is we have to make an image out of this array. So I'll just write a variable here. For example, img is equal to image dot form array, which should be, and the parameter that should be passed here would be array. After that, I should save this image dot save, and I should give a name to the image. For example, it will be test.png. Okay, so we are done with that. So now let me try to build this image and see what happens here. So now as you know, I'll just run this file. Let us try to find out what kind of image has been formed here. So I'll just write image1.py, save it. So there is some problem here. Let me check that. We have imported image here, and the capital I image is not being recognized here. That is, module pal.image has no attribute form array. Sorry, it shouldn't be form array, it should be from array. Please note the mistake here, it should be from array, not form array. So I'll just run this again. So let me now test that image. So it is test.png. As you can see, there is only a black sort of square here. So what can you infer from this image? Please note the fact that you only initialize the array with zeros. Yes, you only initialize the array with zeros, and the color corresponding to RGB values as zeros is black. As I have already explained, the RGB value of black is 000, and you are only giving 000 here. So if I will make an image out of this array with only zeros, that will only be consisting of black color. So as you can see here, according to the width and the height, we have an image here, and it only comprises of black color. So as you see, corresponding to given RGB value, we constructed an image. Let me give you one more example of that. I'll take one more array. For example, I took array 1, and now I'll take some other RGB values. So I'll just write np dot zeros, and I have here, and I'll also change the width of this image, width and height of this image. I'll just write 100, 200, 3, and the data type would be same. I'll write d type is equal to np dot uint, that is unsigned int 8. So that is done. So now I'll assign some unique RGB values to this array. So I'll just write array 1 colon 100. I hope you are aware of this fact of list slicing in Python. We have already explained you in the previous videos. So I'll assign some unique RGB values, as I said. So I'll assign 255, 128, 0. This is basically orange color. I'll write here, this is basically orange color. And this is for the left side, and for the right hand side I'll write array 1. I'll write colon 100 colon, as we are talking about the right side, so it should be 100 colon. So I'll write here 0, 0, 255, and this is basically blue color. So I'll write blue color here. And again, what we will do here, we will make an image out of this array. So I'll write img is equal to image dot from array, not from array, from array. Now this time the array would be array 1, and you should save this image dot save, and give another name to this image. So I'll just write test1.png. So I think now our code is complete, and now let us try to run this. So now let me check test1.png. So as you can see, it has orange color to the left hand side and blue color to the right hand side. So this is truly amazing. We can construct images out of the RGB values. So I'll just repeat what we did here. First of all, you need to import the NumPy library as well as the image library from PIL package. Yes, you have to import NumPy and image. After doing that, you need to construct an array. As I said, image is basically a matrix. So you need to construct a matrix, you need to construct an array here. From that array, you can construct an image here. So first of all, I just took an array of zeros and I supplied dimensions here. We supplied width and height here, and 3, what does 3 denote here? As we know, each byte here would represent RGB value, so there will be 3 bytes here. So first byte will represent R, second byte will G, that is green, and the third byte will represent the blue factor here. And D type, what is D type here? D type is the data type, which is unsigned int here. After that, we have constructed the array. Now we need to construct an image out of this array. So there is a direct function here in Python, and that is from array. So you'll just write image.fromArray, and you need to supply the array as a parameter here. So I supplied the array parameter here. After that, you need to save that image. And as you know, only zeros as RGB values correspond to black color. So we only had a black square here, a small black square here, because we gave the dimensions as very less dimensions. The width and height are very small, that's why we had a small square here, So after that, what we did was we took another array, array 1. In array 1, we supplied some dimensions, some new dimensions, 100, 200 and 3, which I've already explained. And then we supplied the data type. Data type is as usual unsigned int. After that, what we did here was, after that we changed the values of this array. For changing the values, we used list slicing. In the left part of the array, we had orange color, and on the right part of the array, we had blue color. After that, again, we need to construct an image out of this array. So we use the function from array. So we used from array, image.from array, and we supplied array 1 here. After that, we saved the image. And here in this particular image, we had orange at the left hand side and blue at the right hand side. I hope this programming screencast is clear to you. And if you have any doubts, we are there to help you. Please post on discussion forum. Thank you. Welcome again. As you have seen that we constructed an image from the given RGB values, now we will do the other way around. Suppose we are given an image and we need to find the RGB values of the dominant colors there. So how can we do it? Well, that is fairly easy. So here we'll be taking our previous image only, our test1.png images, PNG image in which we had orange color at the left hand side and blue color at the right hand side. So I'll just write the code in Python on how to calculate the RGB values of a given image. So let us start with that. So first of all, you need to import the image library. So I'll just do that. From PIL import image. From PIL import image. After that, what I'll do here is I'll open my image. So I'll just have im is equal to image dot open. Our image name is test1.png. So I'll just write test1.png. After that, I'll convert my image to RGB. So how can you do that? You just write some variable here. Suppose I wrote RGB underscore im is equal to im dot convert. So this will convert my im image to RGB values, to RGB matrix here. So this is done. Now I need to calculate the particular RGB values. So I'll just write R, G, B is equal to RGB underscore im dot get pixel. So get pixel is basically a function. As I already explained that each cell in the matrix of an image represents a pixel and each pixel is represented by a color. So the get pixel here will only fetch the correct RGB values from the particular image. The get pixel function will fetch the RGB values from the matrix of a given image. So the given image here is test1.png. We already know the RGB values. So let us check that whether it is right or not. So I'll just print the RGB values here. I'll write print R, G, B. So let us try to run this. Yes, it is giving us the right values. We had 255, 128, 0 as the orange color and 00255 as the blue color. So here we have the correct RGB value of the orange color. We have 255, 128 and 0. And now if I change the x and y coordinates here, we can also get the blue color. So I'll just write till 100 it was orange color. After that it was blue color. So I'll just write 150 here. so that we can get to know whether it is giving the correct RGB values of blue color also. So I'll just run it again. Yes, it is giving us the correct RGB values of blue color too. So we have 0, 0 and 255 here. So I'll explain you again what I have done so far. First of all, we import image library from PIL package. After that, we need to open that particular image. So I just wrote the function image.open, and in argument you need to pass the image name. So we pass test1.png. After that, you need to convert your image to RGB values to RGB matrix. So you need to write im, that is the variable name, im.convert, and in bracket you need to pass RGB. After that, you need to print the particular RGB values. So I stored these values in these three variables: R for red, G for green and B for blue. So I just wrote RGB is equal to RGB._im, that is the converted image, dot get pixel. The pixel is basically a color here, so it would comprise of particular attributes, that is RGB. So after that, you need to pass the X and Y values here. The X and Y values would fetch a particular pixel and print its RGB value. So then I wrote print RGB so as to check whether it is giving us the right value or not. So in this way, in Python, you can find the RGB value of an image. This is the way which you can do while implementing in Python, while there is an easy way too. There are many websites that are present on the internet in which you just have to upload your image and they'll just give you the RGB value of the dominant color present in your image. I'll just show you one of the websites. In fact, there are many, you can refer many. So I'll just show you one as an example here. So as you see, I have uploaded an image here. Our image is test1.png. On the left hand side we have orange, on the right hand side we have blue. So if I need to know the RGB value of the particular color, I'll just hover my mouse here on that particular color and I'll get the particular RGB value. These are basically called color pickers. So we have on orange we have the RGB value as 255, 128.0 as we discussed earlier, and on the blue one we have 00255. Yes, our program is giving us the same output as this. So if you don't want the Pythonic way of calculating the RGB values of the image, you can go by this method too, but I'll suggest you write a code for this and then you will get to know what are the RGB values. So I hope that this method is clear to you, clear to all of you. We'll be implementing this method, we'll be using this method in our forthcoming programming screencast related to area calculation. So if you have any doubts, please post on discussion forum. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the programming screencast of area calculation. So first of all, let me explain you how are we going to calculate the area of Punjab given area of India, and how can we apply the method explained in the previous video here in Python. So as you can see, we have been given an image here. In this image we have map of India in which the Punjab region has different color and the rest of the region of India has different color. So please think about it, how can we implement this using the method explained in the previous videos. Now you are aware of this fact that you can find the RGB value of the image. I hope that you are aware of this fact. You can find the RGB values of the image using Python as well as the color picker application available anywhere on the internet. So as you see, we have two different colors here. So if I'll start putting random dots here, I can find out which dots are placed in the Punjab region and which dots are placed in the India region. How can you find that? If the RGB value of the particular x and y coordinate is different, is corresponding to this grayish part, that means it lies in the Punjab region, as well as if the dots that are placed here correspond to the black region, the blackish region, that means it lies in the India region. So you can calculate the number of dots placed in the Punjab region as well as in the India region. So I repeat here, how can you do that? First of all, you know how to calculate the RGB values of a particular image. So in this particular image, we will be having two RGB values, one corresponding to the grayish part and one corresponding to the blackish part. So what will we do here? We'll start putting random dots here. We'll start taking the random x and y values here. The corresponding x and y values, if they have the RGB values that correspond to the grey color, that means they are present in the Punjab region. And if the x and y values that are present in the blackish region, and we can calculate the RGB value of that particular region, and if it corresponds to the black region, that means they are present in the India region. So what we need to calculate here is, first of all, we need to calculate the RGB value of these two colors, of this grey color and of this black color. And then we need to select the points, select the x and y coordinates randomly. And corresponding to these x and y coordinates, we can calculate number of dots placed in the Punjab region and number of dots placed in the India region. So first of all, let us calculate the RGB value. So I'll be using the easy method here. We'll be using the color picker application here. As you see, I have uploaded the image here. So let me check. The RGB value of this black region corresponds to 60, 61, 60, and of this gray region corresponds to 80, 81, 80, 81. So of this black region, the RGB value is 60, 61, 60, and of this gray region, it is 80, 81, 81. So using these RGB values, let us now implement this in Python. So let me start with that. So first of all, what you need to do here is you need to import the SciPy library here. I'll write import scipy.misc. I'll be explaining you why are we importing this library, and as in always, we'll be importing the image library from PIL package. So you just write import image from PIL. After that, you need to import the NumPy too. I'll just write import NumPy as NP, and you also need to import the random. So I'll just write import random. So we have imported the required libraries. Now first step that we need to do here is we need to read this image. So I'll be introducing a new method here. Using the scipy.misc library, you can read the image. So I'll just take a variable here, img is equal to scipy.misc.read, and our image name is map01.png. Don't worry, we'll be supplying you with this image, we'll be posting you this image. So you just need to read this image. After that, you need to keep a track of the count of number of dots present in the Punjab region as well as in the India region. So I'll be taking two variables here. First of all, it is count underscore Punjab is equal to 0, and then count underscore in, that is India, is equal to 0. So next what you need to do here is we also need to keep a track of count here. You'll be getting to know why are we taking count here. Now I'll take a while loop and run it many number of times so that we can get the exact area. So for example, I run it 10,000 number of times. As I've already explained in the previous programming screencast, that we need to have many iterations here. That's why I took 10,000. Let us see if this gives us the right area or not. After that, I need to select x and y variables randomly here. What I need to do here is I need to select x and y variables randomly here. For selecting the x and y variables, you need to know what are the dimensions of the image. Yes, you need to know what are the dimensions of the image. So I'll just go to the image and try to find out what are its properties. So we have our image here, map01.png. So I'll just double click here and try to find out what are its properties. So we have the image dimensions here, that is 2481 into 2736. So we have the image dimensions here as 2481 into 2736. So according to that, we will set the range for randomly selecting x and y values. So let us write them in the code. So I'll just write random dot rand int, and we have 0,2735 here, and y is equal to random dot rand int 0,2480 here. 2481 was the length and 2736 was the breadth. And in Python we have the x and y dimensions reversed. For example, here we had the length as 2481, but here the x part will be as 2735 because it is reversed in Python. X is taken as the depth one and y is taken as the length one. I hope this is clear to you. So if this is not clear to you, we commonly take x as the horizontal value and y as the vertical value. In Python it is reversed in case of images. So x acts as a y value here, x acts as a vertical thing here, and y acts as a horizontal thing here. So please keep this fact in mind while processing images in Python. So we have the x values, the y values. As we read this image scipy.misc, we also have the z dimension here. While the z dimension is of no use to us because our image is 2D and it is not 3D, so we'll just take z is equal to 0 here. After that, we already know the RGB values of the gray region and of the black region. So I'll just write if img x by z is equal to 60, then it corresponds to the India region. So I'll just increase the counter of India here, that is count is equal to count underscore in plus 1, and I'll also increase the count here, count is equal to count plus 1. Else what you need to do here is, else if the RGB values correspond to the Punjab region, the gray region, what we will write here, x, y, z is equal to 80 here. So then you need to increase the count of Punjab region. So you just write count underscore pun is equal to count underscore pun plus 1, and you need to also increase the count value. Count is equal to count plus 1. So now we have number of dots placed in the India region, number of dots placed in the Punjab region. Now what you have to do here is you need to calculate the area of Punjab. So we will go by our method. I'll write area of Punjab is equal to count of Punjab region divided by count of India region into the exact area of India. So I'll be taking the exact area here, and that is 3287263. 3287263, and I'll now print this particular variable area underscore Punjab. So now let me try to run this and see whether it is giving us the right answer or not, and if it is not giving the right answer, so we'll have to check whether increasing number of iterations will help this method or not. So I'll just run it. We need to save it, so I'll just write ar.py. Let me try to run it. So there is some problem here. Let me try to check. It is not read, it is basically I am read. It is not read, it is basically I am read. Please note this fact here. So I'll just try to run it again. So we have the area of Punjab as 48023, but actually the area of Punjab is 50362. So there is some error here. Now let me try to increase the iterations. So I'll increase the iterations to 1 lakh. So let me try to run it again. It will take some time because the iterations have been increased. So now we have 54096. The error here is less. Earlier we had around 4000 error. Now we had around 2000 error. So if you keep on running this particular program, you will get some value near to the area of Punjab. Okay, since this is a randomized method, this can't give you the exact amount, the exact area, but this will give you the area that is very, very close to the area of Punjab. So we'll just run it again. Let me run it again. It is now 49889. Run it again. It is 52364. Oh my god, this is very, very close to the area of Punjab. It is somewhat 2000. It is somewhat 2000 away from the actual value. You can check that online, what is the area of Punjab, and you can figure out. And this is very, very close. It has only 1000 difference. The area of Punjab is basically 50362. So it is very, very close to this particular value. So you must be having a question that why are we getting the different values every time? Please note the fact that we are calculating, we are taking S and Y as random values. So we don't know the ratio count of Punjab divided by count of India. We don't know what this ratio will give us. So if this ratio is accurate, then only the area of Punjab will be accurate. So we need to increase the number of iterations so as we get more and more X and Y coordinates and we get a clear picture, we get the correct value of area of Punjab. Okay, so since this is a randomized method, the answer, the solution, the value would be different for different times, for different number of runs. So as you keep on running this algorithm, you will get different answers, but one thing is sure about it, that this will give you an area that will be very, very close to the actual area of Punjab. The error would be very, very less. I hope this programming screencast was useful to you guys. We'll be coming up with another method of how can we calculate this. The logic is somewhat same, but we'll be telling you another method of how can you calculate the area of Punjab if you are given area of India. Thank you. Hello everyone, Welcome again to the programming screencast of area calculation. In this particular programming screencast, I'll be discussing another way of how to calculate the area of Punjab using randomized method. So I hope you have watched the previous videos and you know how to calculate the RGB values of the given image. One method is related to the color picker application. You just go to any online website and you find the RGB values which we used in the previous programming screencast. But in this programming screencast, what we'll be doing, we'll be using the automated method, the Pythonic method of finding the RGB value of a particular image. So I'll be using this particular method. This method has already been explained in one of the previous programming screencast. So I hope that you have gone through all those videos. So let me start with this programming screencast. So as I said, I'll be using the Pythonic way to calculate the RGB values of a given image. So as in always, let us import the image library from PIL package. So I'll just write from PIL import image. After that, I also need to import random, since we need to randomly select X and Y values here. After that, I'll open the image. I write IM as the variable. IM is equal to image dot open, and as in parameter I should pass the image file. Our image file name is map-01.png. So we have our image in the variable IM. Now in order to calculate the RGB values, I need to convert this image to RGB matrix. So what should we write here? As explained already, I'll write some variable here. RGB underscore IM is equal to IM dot convert, and you should pass RGB as a parameter here. So that is done. After that, we'll be using the method used in the previous programming screencast. I'll take count of India is equal to 0, count of Punjab is equal to 0, and we should also take a count here. Count is equal to 0. Now I need to have many number of iterations. So I'll take while count is less than equal to 1 lakh, as we did in the previous programming screencast. Now what should we do here? We should select X and Y values randomly here. In order to select the X and Y values randomly here, you should know the dimensions of the image. In the previous programming screencast, I showed you how can you get to know the dimensions of the image. You just go to the particular image and you right click on that image and go to the properties of the image. In properties of the image, you will find the dimensions of the image. So we already have the dimensions of the image. So I'll write X is equal to random dot rand int, and in this you should write 0,2480, and you should also take the Y value randomly. So I'll write random dot rand int 0 till 2735. So this is done, and we'll take Z as 0. After that, you need to store these RGB values in the variables RGB corresponding to the particular X and Y coordinates. So I'll just write RGB underscore IM, that is our image converted to RGB matrix, dot get pixel, and in this I'll write X and Y. X, comma y corresponding to x and y coordinates, it will give us the RGB values. And now we know the RGB values of the gray part as well as the black part. So I'll just write R is equal to 60 here. If it is 60 here, then I should increase the counter of India. Count underscore n is equal to count underscore n plus 1. I should also increase the count variable here. Count is equal to count plus 1. Else, if R is equal to 80 here, what should you write? You should increase the count of Punjab. So you write count underscore Punjab is equal to count underscore Punjab plus 1. You should also increase the count here. Count is equal to count plus 1. After that, you need to calculate the area of Punjab according to our previous randomized method. So you just write area underscore Punjab here is equal to count underscore Punjab divided by count underscore IN, that is India, and you should multiply it with area of India. So we have the precise area of India, and that is 3287263. So you should write 3287263. And now we need to print area of Punjab. So now let us try to run this program. I'll write area1.py. Module random has, it should be int here. So we have the area of Punjab is 53213. The actual area is around 50362, I guess. Please check on the internet, and it is somewhat closer to area of Punjab. Let me run it again. We have 49585. This is closer. Even 51482 is way much closer. So you can always increase the number of iterations, and the accuracy will improve with increasing number of iterations. So I hope that this programming screencast is clear to you all. I'll just explain you this program again. So as in always, first of all, you need to import the image library. You need to import the random library. After that, you need to open the image, the concerned image. We'll be providing you with this image, don't worry. After that, you need to convert this image to RGB values. After that, what I initialized 3 count here: count of India, count of Punjab, and a simple count here that will keep a track of number of iterations. So we are taking 1 lakh iterations here. You can always increase the number of iterations. We have the dimensions here, the dimensions of the image. We have already explained how can you get to know the dimensions of the image. So I'll pick X and Y randomly in this particular range. So I picked X from 0 to 2480 and Y randomly from 0 to 2735. As already explained, you can calculate the RGB value from that particular image using this particular method, get pixel. So you need to take that image, the RGB image, and corresponding to particular X and Y value, it will give you the RGB value. We already know that the RGB value of the blackish part there is 60 and around 60, and for the Punjab region the grayish region is 80. So if R is equal to 60, then you need to increment the count of India, and if it is 80, then you need to increment the count of Punjab. After that, you are just applying the method, the randomized method explained in the very first video. So we will just take the count of Punjab divided by the count of India into the precise area of India, that is 3287263, and then you can print the area of Punjab. I hope the previous videos and this video are useful to you all. You have understood them all. I'll just go through the videos. First of all, what we did was we proposed a randomized method to calculate the area of Punjab. After that, we showed you how can you construct an image for the given RGB values. Then we did a programming screencast the other way around. First of all, we had the RGB values and we constructed an image. Now we had an image and we needed to find out the particular RGB value. We also showed you how can you do that. After that, we proposed two methods of calculating the area of Punjab using the randomized method in Pythonic way. For this particular thing, we had an image which had the blackish region as the India part and the grayish region as the Punjab part. So what you can do here is, we already know the RGB values of these two colors. Using these RGB values, we generated random x and y values here. According to these x and y values, we calculated the number of dots that are placed in the Punjab region as well as the number of dots that are placed in India region randomly. After calculating these two particular parameters, we are already given the area of India. So we had the formula here which was explained in the very first video. We did count of Punjab divided by count of India into the precise area of India, and that gave us the area of Punjab. So I hope this method is clear to you all. Please refer JOC Wiki if you have any doubts. Thank you.